Hello everyone and welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Today I received one of the project kits from the holiday catalogue. And I'll just get you the catalogue. I'm sure I'm allowed to show this now. It's the Timeless Tidings kit and it makes 20 cards. What you do need extra is ink and a stamp set and stamping dimensionals and any other adhesive that you're going to use. And I'm going to use it for some of my classes. And so I'm going to have the ladies buy the kit and I will provide all the other things that they need and the stamps. So it's only been here about half an hour. So I'm learning very much as I make it. Now, it does make 20 cards and there are 4 designs and 5 of each design. And when you get the kit, it comes in this little packet. Mine was very tightly packed and sort of had a curve to it, but I've taken them out and the cards are sort of starting to rest a little bit. If yours are bent, you could always just put like a heavy book on top of them or something. And I'll just let them rest overnight. But of course, I can't wait overnight. I have to do it now. So the instructions inside are quite concise, but there is a video that goes along with the card making. And I did watch the video a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to see what I can remember. And I'm only going to make 1 of each card, just so that I can show people at my open house, and then they'll know if they want to book a space at one of my craft evenings. Now, the first one I'm going to make is this tree one. You will notice when you get the cards that some of them have a white line on. Not all of them. These do. You have to be careful with this red one because one of the backs has a white line and the other one doesn't. So just be careful about which one you take out. And a white line means that there's some gold foil to attach. And you can see it's really nice foil and it's all self-adhesive. So it shows you which ones you need. And I'm going to do the tree one, and you might just notice that there's a little tiny star. Be careful with that. Make sure you keep it because it does go on the front of the card. I'm just taking this adhesive off. There we go. And then the gold foil goes just on this white line, but underneath. Now I know that this piece goes from edge to edge. The white line doesn't go edge to edge, but just make sure that you get it so that the very end of the gold foil goes to the edge of the card. And I'm putting mine just underneath the white line. There we go. And then next I've got the trees, and I'm going to use my fast fuse, but you could use Tombow or snail. And then line this up so that you cover up this little hole where the star was. And it depends how much of the gold that you want to show. I mean, you could show that much. You could just have the lacy part. I'm going to show a little bit there, just like that. Okay. Now, the sentiment for this is on a circle, and there are 2 sizes of circles. The small circle goes with this tree card. The larger circle goes with this sort of flourish and wreath effect almost. So I've gone ahead and I've already done the stamping, and this is the Comfort and Joy one. I think, looking at it, I need to put some re-inker on my Memento ink. It says to use StazOn, but I filled my StazOn up yesterday and it's just too juicy to stamp with. So I'm trying with the Memento. You could actually use one of the colours, like one of the greens, the Mossy Meadow or like a Tranquil Tide or something, and stamp in that, and that would be quite nice. So this goes just about here, and on the picture it goes on the gold, but I quite quite like it just a bit higher up. So I'm going to actually put mine a little bit higher up, and I'm going to put it just on 3 dimensionals. So I'd like it to pop out. I'm looking forward to running this as a class for my customers. I think we'll have a lot of fun, and it's quite an easy kit. Once you know how to put it together, it looks like it'll be quite an easy kit to make. There's not too much stamping. You know, it's quite easy to put together, and once you've made one, then you know it's easy. The thing I would do, I think, is have them do all the stamping first, and rather than take the pieces out, I think it would be easier to keep the pieces here and like stamp each one, and then you've got them all ready to go. So let's just see. I'm going to pop that over here. And then there are little gold and green sort of rhinestones that go on it. And let's have a look. It does show you whether you need yellow or green. And this one looks like it needs yellow. I'm going to use my pick from the pickup tool. I'm going to use the sharp end, and you could place them anywhere, but for this one I'm going to follow pretty much how they've done it in the book. So there's one, they have one over here, and then they've got one here, and then the next thing we need is that little star. So I'm going to take that little star off, and I'm going to put it on this tree up here, just like that. And that's it, it's made. So it really is a quick set. You could use the stamps to stamp inside as well. You could put one of the other sentiments on the inside, and you could stamp the tree, and then you could do the same with the envelopes. And the envelopes are all gold foiled, really pretty. They're a tiny, tiny bit bigger than our normal envelope size, so I'm not sure if they would need extra postage. I would have to check that at the post office. And some have got the green stripes, and some have got the red stripes. So this one would go in the green, and then I think I might stamp the tree just on the front, and maybe watercolour with the ink or a watercolour crayon. You couldn't use stamping blends because they would go right through the paper and you'd be able to see it on the back. Okay, so there's the first one. Let's pop that just over there. Okay, number 2, which shall we do next? How about this one? The stripy one. And you see it's got a black line here. Nothing on the back, but a black line here. So I know that we need the foil that has like the chevron shape. And again, I'm going to measure it up against the black line and put it so I can still see the black line. Doesn't matter if you go a bit lower or a bit higher, as long as you can see where the black line is. Oh yeah, I don't want my fingerprints on, let's rub that off. Okay, then the next piece we need is this, with the poinsettia on. And again, you could show a lot of the gold or just a little bit. Just notice that a couple of the pieces of gold foil didn't come out. So I'm just going to take those out while I see them. There we are. All the rest are out, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to put adhesive on here. I'm going to make sure I've got it at the top and down the sides, just so that it doesn't pop off the card at all. There we are. And then I'm just going to show a little bit. Make sure, oh, let's just see. Just let me just move that a minute. You're going to have to line it up with the top as well, aren't you? So I'm going to line mine up with the top. Still get just a little bit showing, but you don't have an overhang. If you did end up with an overhang, just trim it off with your scissors. Okay, right, and let's see what the sentiment is. So on this one, we need the Merry Christmas. That's this piece. And I think I'll put this one on dimensionals as well. Just see. Where did I just put them? Oh, there they are. I think because it's a long piece, I'm going to use the edge of the dimensionals. These are great for long pieces. And then I'll just put another little piece at the end. I think we could do this as one of the sip while you make classes. I think it would be a lot of fun. Just move that a little bit because I can see it. We don't want to be able to see that. There we are. Can't see it now. Okay, and this goes at the edge over here, according to the picture. Just like that. And then it has the green rhinestones. And as I said before, I'm just following how it is on the picture this time. But really, you can put them just wherever you want to. I don't know if you have extra left over at the end, but if you did, you know, you could put more on or leave some without. Okay, so that's quite nice. I like how they shine. And then in this one, I did stamp, because it said Merry Christmas, I did use the stamps from the stamp set and put, and a Happy New Year, and a little picture of the poinsettia, and I'll watercolour that later. That was the only one I actually got round to stamping inside. And because it's got green stripes, you probably would put it in the green stripy envelope. If I wanted to be different, I might put it in the red one. Let's see, what's this one? Let's turn, this is the one on the back. Oh, and it goes this way. So it's got a white line, so we know it needs some foil, and it needs the shorter piece of this. Be careful because they look very similar. One's a bit longer, and that's for the trees, and you can remember because it's got the star on. So we need the shorter piece. And we're going to line it up here. Yep, it's just the same length as the white line this time. Oh, wow. These are so easy, but so pretty. Okay, then we need this piece with the holly sprig on, and I'm going to put dimensionals on again. Let's put this long piece on that we've got left. Yeah, I'm going to need to get some more dimensionals out. Take these off. Sometimes I find it easier just to go over, normally with my paper piercer, but it just helps bring the edge up sometimes. Okay, and then this goes just over here. I'm going to leave a little bit showing. Just like that. And then we need the flagged piece, and it's going to go over here. Now, because it's going, like there's a step here where this layer is, I think I'm just going to put one dimensional at the back and a little bit of tape at the front. So let's put one in the middle, at the back, at the edge, and then just a little bit of tape. And then that's going to go just on here. Let's see, do they cover the berry up? No. There we are. Which colour rhinestones does that have? Let's see. I don't know if they're the green or the yellow. I think they must be the green. And where did they put them? They've put one here. One here. Oops. Where have they put the, oh, just on that little leaf there. Nice. Oh, I'm really, really liking these. I think this is one of the nicest kits we've ever had. Okay, now this last one, no lines. Just going to bend it like that a little bit to try and flatten it a little bit. And then we need this piece, and this is actually already cut, so you just have to press it out. Okay, and then we need this little gold piece. And it's the same at both ends, so let's put it on there. Like that. And so that it doesn't look too flat on my card, I'm just going to curl it up a little bit. It will squash down again, especially when you pop it in the envelope. But just so that it doesn't look too flat. And let's put some tape on the back. And then let's see, it goes this way. Make sure we've got it in the middle. Oops. There we go. And then we need the bigger circle on here. I think I might pop it up on dimensional, just so that it sort of sticks off the card a little bit. Excuse me. Let's see if I've got some in my little bag here. Pretty sure I will have. Oh, there's one. These are all little pieces from paper pumpkin kits and little bits that I've had left. Okay, so I've got one of the big ones and some of the mini ones. Just dot a couple of these round. And then we know that sentiment's not going anywhere. There we go. Go back to my picture. Okay, so it literally just goes in the middle here. Like that. And then we need the yellow rhinestones, and it looks like they've used 5 on this one. So let's see, they've got one here, one here, one up here, one here, and one there. And there we go. Wow, aren't they pretty? I really do like those. Such an easy set to put together, and with that little bit of gold foiling there, they really sparkle. Very, very pretty. And they look sort of like an older style Christmas card. I think it's the sort of cards and the kind of colours like from sort of a different generation. Like my parents would have sent out these before we got to using bright reds and bright greens. But they're really very pretty. Thank you, Stampin' Up. I'm loving those. I'm looking forward to having classes with them. So if you would like to come to a class of mine, I'm in Cochrane, Alberta. And if you don't have a demonstrator and you would like to buy a pack of these, let me know and we can organise an order for you. Really, there's nothing more to say about them. They're so, so pretty. I do hope that you'll give them a go, have like a little party with a couple of friends and make them. I'm sure if you do have a demonstrator, they'd be more than happy to come round with the ink and the adhesives and the stamp set and have a really great evening. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.